Holy crap. Hello, everybody. We have air. Unlimited air. And I think we've stopped producing it. So in a stream, we went to... Ooh, which asteroid was it? Might be off. We went to an asteroid that had some ice. I think it was the second one we checked. I wasn't sure if we'd actually find any, but we did. Alright, alphabetical. H2O, there you are. And, okay, right behind there. So I think we traveled to the Q, wasn't there, then we flew over there. Or warped over there, I can't remember. Found some ice, brought it back, unloaded, and this thing just went whoop. And we just got one generator going, but I think that should serve our purpose. So yeah, excellent. I don't want you. I don't want you. And I also got our airlock, I think, figured out. This is very basic, and I think we might use a script to make it a bit fancier. The way this one works, it'll keep one door open. So instead of having it both closed and you go up and a sensor triggers, I figured that's probably not a good idea. Because we'd probably accidentally just walking by and activate it, especially up in the control room. So the way this one works, there's one sensor. And if we go to the tests, okay. So I'll go over it really quick, in case you're interested. These ones aren't being used anymore, so there's just one sensor in the middle. It basically just occupies the room. So when you go in there, that's what triggers things. It just triggers one timer block, and that's all it does. It doesn't do anything else. It just triggers that timer block. Now the timer block is this one, and it will close both the doors. So if whichever one happens to be open will be closed, the other one will remain unchanged. And then it toggles the depressurization. So this works quite well because we're only going to be toggling this thing back and forth. And every time we do, it's going to open and close the appropriate door. So this should never break, I don't think. Because the only thing we only ever toggle the we never like switch it any other way. So as long as we're only controlling it from one thing, we should be good. Oops. I started talking, instantly forgot what I was doing. So that will toggle. So when the vent toggles, it performs some actions, and it just opens the doors. So you go in there, the doors close, it switches the depressurization, and depending on which way it goes, it will then open the other door. So this one opens the interior door when it gets pressure. This one opens the exterior door when it loses pressure. So when we're leaving here, it happens quite fast. Not that fast. Sometimes it happens fast. If the bottom panel is here for, if we go here and manually change it, air, vent, airlock. So if I just do a manual job here and close the door, we should hear it switch, and the other door should go. It's like, got a cup to the door, listening in. So yeah, if, for instance, when we have this at our control panel, our control room, we can go in multiple different ways. So the airlocks aren't guaranteed to be in the right state, so we need a way to change their state. So that's what the button does. And the button does, what do you do? Okay, he hits his own timer block. So let's look at that. And you were the other one that I spelled differently. Is it 2 words or is it 1? Nobody knows. Okay, so this will close both doors, and then it just toggles this guy again. So it pretty much does a similar thing to the sensor, or I guess the exact same thing as the sensor. Could I have just used the same timer block? It looks like I probably could. I totally could. Okay, so we just need one timer block. And yeah, that just does what the sensor does. Oh, that's easy. Okay, whoops, overthought that. So anyway, we hit this, and it basically simulates as if someone's inside, which there isn't anybody. And then it opens. So that's what we'll probably do, something like that up here. Now I want to try to use a script so that we can use some interior lights and have them change colors, and I think there's one script that shows like an LCD. So if we go to here, bounce off the walls a little bit. So we do have 2 sensors in here. We'll only need 1. I'm hoping that vent is in a legal spot. And if so, the air will be able to come up here. Oh, I don't know if it will. Does it? We might need to, like, break this guy. I can't remember. Or more. And then... yeah, I'd like to have an LCD. So when you're in here, there'll be an LCD that'll show the status of what's happening. I'm not sure where we might put that. Or if I have the parts to even place it. I do. Okay. That's floating. That's glass. Maybe up here somewhere. We could have 2 identical ones, maybe on each other side. We'd actually put it right there. Right above the door. And another one right above that door. Get rid of that armor. Do the same. I think that could work. Okay, we're not ready to do that now. This thing has many, many holes in it. But it'd be interesting to see what it'll take to pressurize it, and if we can keep it pressurized. So that'll be fun. So I'll probably leave both sensors, and we'll just use one. We'll have a spare one in case we need it for something else. And then out here, we'll probably... ooh, that's probably a good spot for the button panels. Do I have one out? No. Buttons. I would like just a button, but this will work. And I think there's a mod that could do that. So yeah, we put a button panel there, maybe even on the other side. And then we need one in here, which is a little bit trickier, because we got the catwalks. Maybe right there. It looks kind of silly though. Or we might have to change out this guy for a full block, and then we could put it here. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Okay. I was getting confused. Now I'm upside down. Alright, let's go this way. Did a little bit of work. I thought I was recording it, but I wasn't. So, no time lapse. Whoop! But this guy's boxed in. Not completely, but, yeah. Wanted to get the repair bay a little bit more fleshed out. And I kind of started working on this diagonal part. And so far I got that, which kind of looks a bit interesting, but I kind of like it. So that would be a mirror image, basically, and replicated over this way. And the Xeno crane will be moved. And then I put in a bunch more of the floor, welded some. And then we did this. So painted everything. Most things white. Everything that used to be here is white. Finished the floor. Sloped the floor a bit down like this here. Just thought that would look better than going straight across and having a little weird little jut where these guys would meet up. And then I just kind of made some stripes. So we started at the center with the white and just followed everything around, and the top one goes up to that height. So I just used the structure itself to kind of dictate the paint. So this is the paint job thus far. We got kind of 2 colors going on, which I wasn't actually aware of until after. We got like a green, which, again, these are like the messed up colors. That's gray if you look at the bottom right. And then this is like a light gray. So like dark gray, light gray. But looks like green and gray. So I'm not sure if that'll ever get fixed. Same with this. Looks like green, but it's like really light gray. So we have different shades of gray that are green. Got it? Got it. So yes. Didn't do anything fancy inside, just straight walls, a bit of an angle. Just gave enough room for the welders to be able to go all the way out. And I didn't do anything with the roof yet, because I have some ideas with the roof, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do, or exactly how to do it, but we could talk about that. So tough to paint. If I do that, that's going to change that, which will change that, which will change that, which means I need to click... I don't know. Did that do it? My superstar? Superstar. Super? Okay. You weren't white, right? Oh, that light's in the way. Oh, no problem. Ha. I win? I don't win. That's all supposed to be white. Okay. Okay. Painting is fun. Sure, whatever. Whatever. Uh-huh. Yep. Sure I didn't leak through the walls at all. Exciting? Exciting. So yes, repair bay underway. Oh yeah, looks like we painted the backside. If we're seeing that. Alright. So I got rid of all the timer blocks that used to be controlling this thing, so this thing does not work at the moment, and I don't think it was working anyway, since these sensors were like unconfigured, and they still are. You might be able to see a box here. Don't show up that well right now, but that's the sensor, and I put one right down there, and what he's doing is detecting that Tortwing is here. So I wanted to try something. We got Tortwing all set up with his cargo container, so he has 5 cargos, 4 medium, 1 large, and we used to have a program block that would load him up with stuff. I want to try to do that differently. If you see on the floor here, I've got a bunch of program blocks. We got 8. I don't know how many we'll need. We might need more, but we'll see what we can do with that. What this guy is going to do is he's going to turn off our sorting machine, because I actually want the sorting machine to pull things out of Tortwing. So I want an easy way of unloading Tortwing of everything that's in him, and I think this is going to be the way to do it. There might be another way. If I could just run one program that would yank it out, that might work too. We might just duplicate the LCD. That's another option. We could just duplicate the program into another program block and then run him. No, I think the way I did it, I did it this way because currently there is an exclusion on Tortwing. So in his inventories, cargo, Tortwing, ooh, Tor. So there's these $signs. That tells the sort error not to look in here. So if I did, let's just see here. Is there anything in ZZ1? Yeah, some steel plates. So if I get rid of that, and then go to the sorting and run it. Uh-oh. Caught exception, must not be negative and less than the size of the collection parameters. Oh no. What have I done? It's working. There's no problem. It worked just fine. I'm not sure what happened. I just went in there, opened it up, closed it, ran it again, and it worked. So there we go. So that could be used, essentially we can just purge Tortwing's inventories with that, manually while we're here, I think. So let me set that up. Alright, as a test here, I have the program right there, as well as I haven't emptied our inventories yet, but I got rid of the $signs, so they shouldn't be excluded anymore like the connector is. And we'll probably let the connector remain like that. That way we could have Tortwing keep whatever's in her connector, and that's probably wise. And then we can store the bottles there, as we're doing now. Okay, so if I run it, I don't know if it empties it all in one go, or if it's like a multiple thing. Like it grabs a little bit each time. 148. Couldn't tell if he's changed either. Okay. Try that. No. Program. Sort. Why not? It is working. It's just not taking anything but steel plates, it seems. I see. I don't understand. Well, I can manually move it. I've got the timer block just looping, even while I'm docked here, to try to get it to move. Very strange. Seems like it should work. And the fact that it's working with them really confuses me. But it does look like it happens immediately, so we probably just have to hit it once. If you guys know why the rest of this isn't moving, maybe let me know. Because I don't know. But I don't want to mess any more around with it, so I'm going to leave it and assume that we can fix it later. So the goal, since I can't program, the program I was using for this is kind of limited in how I know how to use it. So I want, and having more program blocks on Tortwing isn't really feasible. So I figured we could just have them here. We only need to use them when Tortwing is docked anyway. So when she docks, she'll have access to use these from her toolbar. So we can dock and hit one of the keys and load it up. And what we're going to use is our... what was it? It's like custom... no. Utility. It was that one. There we go. And all we'll do is we're going to need a lot more. I was going to have one program block per cargo container. But then I want to be able to load up Tortwing with different things. So I think what we'll do is we'll have the large cargo container will hold the most component, like the variety of components. And the medium cargos will hold specific things like steel plates, construction components, interior plates, stuff like that. So then it'll still be 5. Oh, yes. It'll still be 5 program blocks, though, per change. So if we want to do a general loadout, we'd have to have 5 of these program blocks, and we'd run them all, and it would load up all 5 cargo containers with whatever we chose. Man, got so many little tumors. Putting them back on. Stop it. But that means, I only have 8 there. So I'd have to have at least one more, which I could put behind the wall. Not a big deal. Or I find a different location for these altogether. But I thought it'd be neat to have them here, like in the area. Okay. Well, that's that. That's the plan there. To do some behind-the-scenes work. For the upper part, I'm not quite sure, but I figured we'd have some kind of observation area so that we can look down in here. And we're gonna have, I guess, let's see here. Let's plan this out again. Oh yeah, it's upside down. So that would be there. So, if we're walking out, I want to be able to go and look maybe in there. It might be neat if we're upside down. And we'll probably turn before. Okay, that's the diagonal part. I wonder. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll aim for the middle, which might be here. I might be off by 1. I'm not sure. So it'll be a T section. No. Okay, give me more. All right. So if we had something kind of like this. So a walkway, we come out here, and we could go that way as well. Or we could go this way, and it would cut into the wall. And then maybe we flip upside down again? Or we just keep going at this height. Maybe we stare up a bit. And then we have a control room up here. And then when you're in the control room, you actually look up to see it. I think I like that, actually. Instead of being this way and looking down, since we're upside down, and I like the idea of having us upside down in different directions depending on where we are and being able to switch around. So that could work, and it wouldn't be blocks, it'd probably be the catwalk, but that's where it would run. I think that could work. Okay, for this corner piece, this will keep coming up. What you see on this side is going to get replicated over here, even though there's not going to be a repair bay here. I'm going to probably recreate the same arch anyway, and we'll reuse that space maybe for something. I'm not too sure. Or maybe we'll make it completely different, or just a straight wall. I have no idea. But anyway, this middle part we'll probably try to just arch as well somehow. But I'm going to wait till I get both halves done, and then I'll probably fill in the middle. But if we make a doorway there too, we'll have to consider that. And this whole area will probably be depressurized. So in there will be pressurized, and we'll probably go through maybe an airlock here and enter a pressurized area for the repair bay. And then there'll probably be some pressurized walkways that go everywhere, or go most places. Maybe even another way to get into the control room, I'm not sure. That is through an airlock. Like through the floor up here, there'll be some room maybe. And we're gonna have the cockpit area up top, if you're not familiar. So we could probably squeeze another walkway somewhere between the two layers. I'm not too sure if that's a good idea. Yeah, I think so. Maybe. We'll give that some thought. Alright, but I'll leave that for now, the repair bay. You guys let me know why he's not dumping all of his stuff, and if this is a good way of doing it, or if there's an easier way with maybe just one script. Also, during the stream, we did a bunch of little odds and ends. I'm not going to upload the footage because it's about 4 hours, and most of it's just us fiddling with control panels and stuff like that. But this is one of the things we fiddled with for quite a while, but we finally got it working. So I put up some LCDs, and they're just off a diagonal block, but I think that might work in terms of looks. I'm not too sure. But this is, what was it called? Let's see here. It's one of these. I think it was the red one. Inventory display is the script, created by created by Space Marine with inspirations. Okay, so this one is pretty straightforward to use. It's kind of straightforward, but I goofed a bunch. But basically it's able to show a bunch of stuff. We have it showing, I think, just everything. Resources. And it goes up to those. This guy that you're looking at is part of our sorting. So what we were just looking at with Torring, that's what actually does it. Or this is a log of what was moved. And yeah. So we got 5 screens to shows our ores. Ooh, which one's depleting? I just saw one go down. Oh, our platinum's going down. Or going up. I think we got some, oh yeah, we got some platinum while we were getting ice. That's right. But otherwise we don't have much ores going on there. We've got some stone. Not much. Probably enough. And then now we can quickly see how we're doing for ingots. Let's see our uranium going up. Nope, down. Our components, we can quickly see what we need. What do we need? Grav gen? No. Maybe some computers? About small steel tubes. 1,000? Okay. So yeah, I like it. I do. Our ammo, it even shows our oxygen. So we might run into problems with our airlocks if I think all of our tanks fill up. I think you have a problem where the vent can't depressurize because there's nowhere to depressurize to. So we might have to figure out something with that. Have air or some tank reserves dedicated for airlocks that are separated. I'm not too sure how we're going to do that. But the airlock control, I think, script that I saw in the workshop, I think it's starred, so it's probably one of the popular ones. I want to take a look at that one, see what we can do. If you guys like the LCDs in that location like that, we can put more of them now. We can put them on all around. And if we need more LCDs, we could probably find another space for them too. But that's probably a decent area, I think. Yeah. All right. But I believe that will do it for today. So I hope you guys are enjoying. And see you next time.